Hi friends, welcome to webcam. In this video, I am going to discuss how to add columns in Power Query. So basically, we have seen many transformations from Power Query Editor. Okay, if you open the query editor and if you get connected to any of the data sources, and sometime you need to add the custom column. Okay, your data set will not have the column which you are looking for or you want to find out. So in that case, okay, in that case, what you can do? So you can create your own custom columns. Okay, fine. So how to create columns, how to add columns? So is for that purpose, in query editor there is a one tab called add column. So you are supposed to click on this tab. Okay, the moment I click, okay, it has lots of options to create a column. Okay, so we will see first one by one all those options, how and how these options can be used and what are the requirements, what you can do to create a column. Okay, so there is a first option called column from example. Okay, or from all columns from selections. Okay, so it's based on your requirement, but I will select from all columns. I will simply click on this and here what it does. Okay, so it is going to give you the new column, but what you are supposed to enter here? So you are supposed to enter here. Okay, a formula you can enter or value you can enter from any of the specific column and all, but it's up to you. Okay, so if I select region, okay, instead of region I would like to pick something else, since we have lots of columns. Okay, suppose I want year from only year from 2000 order date. Okay, so here what I did, order date. So I entered a value and I will select only order date. Okay, so instead of this I will select this and I will say okay. Automatically what it will do, it will extract the year. It will extract the year from which date. So you can see that it is extracted from order date. Okay, it is extracted from order date. Okay, so like this, if you want to extract month, you can simply click on this and here what you will do, you will say, or you will select the date or number column to change or something. So I will, what I will do, I will select, okay, here just you are supposed to give one example and okay, so you are getting an options also. Okay, if you want month name from delivery date, month name from order date, so you can do that also. So if I type here February, okay, so you are getting an option. So I will say month name from order date, so you will get that column. Okay, the column will be added like this. Okay, after year one column will be added. So this is how it works. This is how it works. Okay, so like this, you are getting many suggestions while creating a columns. Okay, if you double click on this any of the value, so you can select anything from this selection if you want to get the length of any. So these are the automatic suggestions. If you want to enter the value, you can enter. Okay, so this is what about the all from column from examples. Okay, how to create a column from examples. You are supposed to give one example. Power BI, Power Query will do all these things. Okay, it will do for all remaining rows. Okay, fine. Then there is something called custom column. Okay, so what you can do, you can calculate the amount. If you want to perform some calculation, you can use custom column also. So it will allow you to enter the name of new column. So I will say per unit cost. Okay, I'm going to calculate this. So how to calculate this? I have a sales amount. Okay, I will say sales amount divide by quantity. So this is how I have created a one custom column, and I will say okay. So for each row, what it will do, it will go to this sales column. Okay, it will pick this value, the value from sales, and this value will be divided by this quantity, and whatever the output will be returned you directly. Okay, in the last column. So this is how it works, adding custom columns. So you can perform addition, subtraction, division, these kinds of operations in custom column. Okay, then we have an option to find out the or to create a column based on conditions. Like if you are familiar with the programming, you can use, or you like we have a Excel formulas like if else, right? So that kind of conditions you can mention here, and you will get a conditional column also. Okay, so how to use that? Okay, the moment you click on this window will get open, add conditional column. So you are supposed to enter the column name. I will say consider slash, okay, ignore, okay, forward slash I use. So here you don't need to write formulas and all. So you are supposed to select simple things. Okay, I will say what was my last column name? Month name. Okay, on the basis of month name. So what instead of that, okay, what I will do, I will select the amount column. So that will be easy to understand. Sales equals to, or I will say sales is greater than. If my sales is greater than 5,000, okay, what I want, if my sales is greater than, okay, what I want output is, what output I expect means, if your sales amount is greater than 5,000, what value you are supposed to see in the new column, that is consider ignore. So I will say consider. Okay, because I would like to consider only sales that is higher than 5,000, that has the amount higher than 5,000. Okay, otherwise I will say ignore. Okay, ignore, and let me say okay. So whenever there is a value higher than 5,000, okay, sales amount for first two rows, it is higher than 5,000. So we are able to see that it is marked as a consider. All others are marked as a ignore. Okay, this is how it works. So this is how you can create conditional column. So while creating a conditional column, I would like to show you here in the value field, you can either enter a value, or if you like to pick the any other columns value, you can pick that also. Okay, as an condition, you can pick. Okay, means you can compare the value between two columns. You can compare the value between two columns, and based on the comparison, you can get the value. And if you want to enter the value manually, you can enter. Otherwise, you can select the column, and that column's value, specific column's value, will be returned as an output. Okay, so here also you have an option to select columns. See, this is how you can create custom or conditional columns. Now there is something called index column. Index in Power BI. Okay, it is like row numbers, but it can be start with 0, it can be start with 1, and it allow you to create custom index. Suppose if I say from 0, so first row will be started with 0 index, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It will keep increasing by 1 until your data set has a row. Okay, if you don't want this If you want index from 1, you can create index from 1 also. You have these two options, and there is a one more option called custom. So how to use a custom? So basically what it will do, it will ask you to enter the starting index. I will say 100. Okay, just an example, and it is asking you to what will be the uh, increment, or what will be the step by which your index should increase. So I will say 5. So 100, 5, 110, 115, 120, like this, your index gets created. Okay. So this is about creating index. Then if you want to create a duplicate column, you can simply say duplicate column. It will create a copy of that column. It will create a copy of that column. So you might have a question that why index are created. Okay, sometime you would like to filter the rows between 100 to 200 row number. So that is what the use case of index. Okay, that is what a use case of index. By sorting or in ascending or descending order any of the column, you can perform these operations. Okay, it depends upon your data requirement and business needs. Then there is something called, okay, suppose I would like to perform the text, I mean formatting operations on text. Okay, if I would like to convert the my current consider ignore into lowercase, so I can convert, but here it will not affect the same column, rather than it will create a new column, right? Lowercase. So it is like same. So again, if I go, it will create uppercase column. Okay. So this is how it will insert the column. So all the operations from this add column is going to add the new column by performing the operation. It is not going to change the original column itself. But in case of the same operations from data tab, it is going to affect the same column. But in case of if you pick the operation, okay, if you perform the any kind of task or operation on the column, so it will from add column tab, so it will create new column. Okay, then all other things I already discussed in previous video. Okay, so you know, if you know this, no need to worry about what will happen. So it is basically it is going to add the new column. Okay, suppose you have a date column like this. Suppose you have a date column, and if you want to extract the date information, okay, so if you click on the edge, it will return, or it will create a column for the number of days from that specific day to today, to today. Okay, so it will calculate the age. Age do not require you to enter the date, right, from which you are supposed to calculate. If you want to keep the date only, if there is a date and time all values, okay, if your data or column has value of time also, so you can select this date only. So it will create new column with dates only. If you want to extract the year information, I will simply click on this. So it will create year dot one column, since I already created that year as a column. Okay, and you will get the new column added for the year. Okay, this is how it works. Same thing you can do for time also. Okay, so this is all about adding the custom column. So whatever the operations you can see from add column, from add column, it is going to create a new column for you in Power Query Editor. Okay, it is going to create a new column for you. But in case of transformation, you may see same operations, text column, number column, date time column, but it is not going to add new column. It will affect the same column. So this is what the difference between the operations from add column and transform tab. Okay. So I hope you like the content of this video. Thank you so much for watching the video. Have a nice day. Please do not forget to subscribe WebChamp.